so from Iran, where is it? Yeah. The Iranese drink, and so I'm very happy to see all of you, and I have prepared something for you what I would like to share with you today, because I imagine that you're all interested in the music of the plants, so some of you might know many things about it, others might not know anything about it, so I will explain something, and of course I will try to tune in as much as possible of what you would like to know about it and what your interests are about it. Generally, I will start also explaining a little bit an introduction of myself, so you know where I'm coming from, literally and figuratively speaking. I'm originally from Holland. I was born in the Netherlands, and 10 years ago I moved to Italy, to a community there, Damenhoer. I don't know if some of you have ever heard of it. It's an intentional community where people come together because they share intention of shared spirituality and ecology and arts. And the people live together because they want to propose and be an example also about what the people think could be an alternative for the rest of the world also. Maybe similar to what you are living here actually, and that's what I'm living in Italy. And I live there with my Italian husband and my 1-year-old son, who also came traveling here in Copenhagen. We arrived yesterday. And my mom also came from the Netherlands to be with my son, so because Benedicte organized my arrival here, and I met Bodil online, and Michael, and we are also doing other concerts together, so I'm very grateful to be here, so thank you. And for the rest, when we speak about plant music, the most important thing actually is obviously the connection with the plants, because it's a technology and it's an interesting gadget. So if you could fall in the trap of thinking, oh, it's a nice gadget and what can it do? But the reason that we started working with the music of the plants was from the experience and the conviction that plants are very intelligent, and there's a hidden world of wisdom, and it's our family, and a lot in our culture we got a little bit more distant from working with the spirits of the plants and with the intelligence of the plants. And so in order to also share this ideal actually with other people, to inspire them to reconnect to the plant world in a different way, to go towards a future where we feel and live that we are equals with plants, and maybe even they are our grandfathers and our tutors and our teachers. And that's why the music of the plants was developed. And that's also why I personally fell in love with it. I also already spoke with Michael also about it in the podcast. Is when I first heard the music of the plants, there was just something changed inside of me. Before, I was always a nature lover, but when I was singing with the music of the plants, I just felt that there was an intelligence behind it that was responding through the music of what I was singing, and this was moving me so deeply that I just, from one moment to the next, I realized like, everything around me is perceiving me. All these plants, all these beautiful flowers know that we are here. They know things about us, and it's everywhere. More than 99% of the life on Earth is plants, and some people speak about blindness, because if you show people a picture of a forest with one monkey, and you say, what do you see on the picture? People say, there's a monkey. Because and that's actually also sometimes when you go into a room, now here we cannot ignore that there are plants. I think there's nobody who will say like, oh, I didn't notice there were plants here. So, but sometimes it's like that there's just a few plants, and I ask people to close their eyes and to say, how many plants are here? And if you would say, how many dogs are here? Well, your dog is very quiet, and so maybe people haven't noticed that there's what normally also when the, hey, so, hi, nice to meet you. So yeah, that's the why of the music of the plants. And the other part is then the capacity that we can with the music of the plants interact musically, but also in other contexts. So it's also a way for meditation, for well-being. So we will go into that more today. Who of you does not know how the music of the plants works? A lot of people. Okay, so it's safe here. So yeah. And who of you knows very well how it works? Yeah.
It's plant music already now.
Oh yeah.
It's starting, right?
Okay, well, I will explain a little bit about, I will explain how the basics work of the plants, how the plant music works. Yeah, exactly. I was just, thank you. So, in the beginning there was a little bit of a bigger device, but this is the apparatus that I brought today, which is one of the several music of the plant device that exist today. It's very small. It used to be, of course, with all the technology bigger, and then it became smaller and so on. And now actually I work a lot with this one because it's very easy. It has anyway a lot of possibilities. And you can also just have it in your living room easy, but you can also have concerts with it. So I think it's a nice machine. But there are many others. Also in the first 40 years ago, they started developing this machine in this technology in Italy, in the community where I'm from. But now in the last, say, 5 years or so, there are many other producers also that create it. So if you go online, yeah, if you look for music of the plants, you find different, and of course if you look for plant music, sometimes you find also a lot about music for plants, but if you look on something like you find it, yeah. So the basic principle of how it works is similar to the lie detector, actually. So, and this is also
something a very useful thing here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we actually wanted to put it at the entrance to see who we let in, you know. But Benedicte said it's all people from here, we know each other, so it's okay. So it's actually also interesting because the lie detector in the when it was used, and there was a police officer in the 80s that once connected a plant to his lie detector. Peter Baxter, and he started to. He was just curious, and so he connected the plant, and he took a match, and he went with a little match close to the plant, and then this machine was going wah wah wah, like a lot of emotions, you know. This was like if a human would create a diagram like that, it would mean that it was very emotional. So, and that was an experiment which went over the world actually, because there was first like, wow, do plants respond like that? So many people have practiced, have tried out that kind of experiments. Quite cruel experiments also. I mean, if you look on it for online, there are people who are like coming in with a big scissors and they're killing the plants, or they're cutting the plants, and then they see what the lie detector does, and they also, for instance, there's one person that comes in and he ruins the plant, and then another plant is perceiving, is witnessing what is happening, and then the person goes out of the room, and when he comes back into the room, this other plant who was witnessing is immediately, okay, that is him coming, and we know him, and we don't trust him. So that kind of experiments we did not do in our community. But we started doing experiments like measuring the plant and giving the plant the possibility to go to the light or go to the dark, for instance. And then, so what the lie detector, how it works and how this machine works, is you put this one in the roots. I will show it with this oleander here. You put it in the roots, and it's an electrode. It measures it's connected to the electrical voltage here of the earth, of the ground. And then there's this little clip, and you put it on a leaf. And allow me, oleander, I put a little bit of moist on it. I also brought a little bit of gel because the electrical current should be good, and sometimes when the leaves are dry it doesn't work so well. So I put it on the leaf. I also would like to say, before I do this, and also before when I came in here, the first thing actually I do is I go to all the plants and I sing for them, and it's like when I try to meet most of you and give you a hand, like nice that you're here and we make a connection. This is also what I do with the plants. So I tend to not go just to a plant and say, okay, and this is how it sings, So it's like really it's important to keep your respect, especially because a plant doesn't have the possibility to run away, so you have to take the responsibility for that contact. So when I switch on this device, it sends a little current through this cable. It's a tiny electrical current, which is the same. It's just as big as a natural current that goes through a plant, because also you might know that we are also batteries in a way, because we have our energy, we eat something, and we are a little electrical fabric also, and also a plant. Like microscopic currents are present in a plant, also based on all the biological systems that happen in a plant. So this sends out a little current, which is similar to its natural current, so it's not harmful to the plant. And through this current, sending the current gives the possibility to measure the electrical impedance of the plant, the resistance of the plant. So this is similar to when you have a light bulb or something, and then you have a little, you have the current in it, and when you put a bigger light bulb, you can measure, now there's a bigger resistance also, or a smaller light bulb. So it's just, or you have, for instance, you put your washing machine on it, and you put your dryer and your etc. You measure, like, there's a lot of resistance on the system, so the current changes, and then sometimes maybe the light goes off, because so that's the idea. So it's like a little current, and it measures the electrical resistance. A washing machine generally has the same resistance all the time, because it's not a living thing. Maybe if you put it outside in the rain, and then it starts rusting, and then it's also changing. But a plant is a living organism, so it has also its electrical resistance changes, just like our body changes. And this is, for instance, when we have the lie detector. When we're nervous, our hands are sweaty, and then our resistance changes. So this is the way that the police officer could see, like, he's getting all sweaty. It's all like, there's something strange in this answer. So I hope to explain it. And whenever the resistance of the plant changes, it is translated in musical notes. And there's a little, it's MIDI, that's the note, like what you, it's a system for like synthesizer. I will just explain a little bit all the technical stuff, and then of course I will let you listen to it also. But it's also to create a little bit of suspense, you know. Like, yeah, just play the music. No, wait. Just explain. So this is like the MIDI system of the synthesizer, and there's a little synthesizer also in here, so you can choose to listen to it like a piano or a guitar or a harp. You can basically listen to it with every instrument. But the MIDI is like the note, the change in the resistance creates a C or a D. Okay, well, it's enough words now. I will just explain, let you listen to it, and if there's questions, we can also go into it later. This is just the sound of when it goes. Let's see if we hear it loud enough. I've been speaking so much that it's not so wet anymore. Yeah. Can you hear it there in the back? Yeah. I will try to put it on the speaker also, so we can hear it a little bit better. Can I do that also? I'm starting the system up for a moment because I would like to play it for you in the big speakers. But maybe in the meantime, the people who brought an instrument or who would like to experiment together, maybe you can come and sit a little bit closer here on the cushions, or and then we can.
Der er også den flotte der i midten der.
Den vil jeg gerne sidde på.
Hvad vil du sidde på? Er den høj til?
Ja.
Jeg kan bare sidde med den.
Okay, this was to give you a first idea of the music of the plants. What is your first reaction to it? What do you feel with it? For people who have never heard it.
Holding the breath. Like that?
Yeah. Okay. Other reactions?
Very, very incredible.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Happy. Yeah.
Jeg er jo ikke sådan en blomst, men jeg bor lige derovre. Jeg er en blomst i mig selv. Så
Just like a flower herself.
Yeah.
kan godt sige til det, men jeg sagde lige hej til alle sammen.
Yeah, nice. Okay. There were some of you who brought also their own plants, so I would also like to include the plant musicians that you brought, so to say. And there's this beautiful one, and it's who was it from again? Whose plant is
Linus.
Linus. Yeah, it's yours. Yeah, Linus. It's Linus' plant. So I would like to thank the oleander for the presentation. And do you know the name of the species of this plant, Lena?
It is a kind of begonia,
A kind of begonia.
and it is the child of the big plant. It was 2 meters tall,
Yeah.
and it looks like bamboo.
Okay.
The sticks with the leaves. It
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like bamboo.
Yeah.
But it is begonia.
Begonia. Okay. Then we greet the begonia. And before I will connect the begonia to the plant device, which I'm now gonna disconnect here. I would like us to, all of us, to sing for a moment, to make a tone to all of our voices. Also to offer our sound to the begonia and to all the other plants here. And after we start humming together, maybe the people who have an instrument can go in a little bit. So we create a little bit of music together as an offer for the plants, and then afterwards we can start playing together. So we'll just see how it goes with tonalities. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It's just about connecting in sound. This somewhat, yeah.
Do
Cool.
the plant take it up that we play?
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask, did somebody of you get a feeling with the begonia? What creature do we have in the middle of us? Because when we're playing, then we can feel a little bit. Oh, there were the sound bowls. There was that instrument we're playing, and what kind of creature is the begonia? Did you feel something from her?
The sound from the other was very relaxing,
Yeah.
and we all sing in pentatonic scales,
Uh-huh.
so the 5-tune
Yeah.
scale. You can't hear mod and dur, flat or.
Yeah.
And I do the same now.
Yeah.
It could be fun to see if you play some more hard music. What happened?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah.
But when we heard this plant,
Yeah.
I played a little like the
Yeah.
music from this,
Yeah.
and I think you sing, and we all do it
Yeah.
in a way.
That's an interesting.
It's not the same to hear.
Yeah.
It's not the
Yeah.
same if you hear Ed Sheeran, you do another thing, or
Yeah.
if you're a metal.
No, but it's actually a very interesting thing. I think what you're saying. Also the fact of the pentatonic. A lot of nature people, also the nature instruments, are often
Just that.
pentatonic.
Yes.
And I also believe that pentatonic scale is something very close to nature.
Yeah.
And it's something when we tune into nature, we often, without thinking of it, we go into that scale.
And if you play pentatonic, it always sounds good.
Yeah, also. So that's also good because it's also inclusive in that
Yeah,
way, eh?
just
And
that.
there's space for everybody. Yeah. So I heard a little bit from you before about the plants, and it's also maybe we can close our eyes for a moment and think about concentrate in our minds about the begonia and open our hearts. And open our hearts for the begonia. You can even think about sending some rays, some light from our hearts to the begonia. And receive what her energy is. Okay, if somebody wants to say something about what character do you think that she has, or that he has, or somebody has a feeling about it?
I think it's a little bit unstructured with this coming up.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Like
little
a
bit
spider.
crazy plant.
Yes, excuse me.
Is it like you, Linus?
It's a little bit crazy.
Exactly, maybe.
I hear deeper music when I was singing from more low.
Oh, no, okay. Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's like a crab.
Okay. It's
Are there some plants that are deeper?
Yeah.
That are here, down here.
Yeah. Oh, this is the music of the plants switching off when it's not been used for some time. Okay, we can listen to the plants' music. It's true that some plants are deeper and you hear the different sounds. If you, especially when you hear one and then immediately hear another, then you can see that hey, this is playing differently.
Yeah.
And also between a small plant or a big plant or a tree, and yeah. So. I will. It's funny also what you said, like a crazy plant, and does it look like you? Because we do also experiments in our community that we plant a seed, and we charge the water with our energy, and we give it to the plant, and then we see how the plant develops. And another plant, we just plant a seed, and we don't charge the water with our energy, and we give it neutral water. It's like an alchemical experiment. And then you see really how the plants develop differently. And I had, in a period where I didn't know exactly where to go in my life, for instance, the plant was growing like this. So I think it's true that the plants look a little bit like us. Hey.
Shall it touch the root or?
It's enough that it's in the ground, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I would also not like to go a little bit too deep in the roots. I'll give her a little bit of water also.
Is it Italian water?
It's Copenhagen water.
That's good water.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. It's used to that water. This is just the machine. It says it's playing music, but it's actually not. At least we don't hear it. Just gonna check. Can I pull out the jack for a moment? Yeah. Just to check if there's music.
Maybe the plant got a shock to sit there in the middle.
Oh, yeah. No, it's actually the volume that I put low.
It's playing like this.
Yeah.
It doesn't need us.
Still pentatonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's different profiles. Let's listen first, and then I'll say something about it. So we can choose on the device for different profiles, because of course we made this music device with human musical logic. So we have 12 notes, at least in our Western musical culture, and the 12 notes is like a chromatic scale. So like all the notes, but I'm just saying, some of you of course know all the music theory and others won't. But there's also a major scale, which ba 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 ba, which is like a positive feeling generally. Or you have a minor scale, da 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 da. Well, there's different types of minor scales. And there's this one is a profile which is the major scale. But so the plant has the possibility to choose to sing in 8 notes, which is a major scale. But he can within the major scale, he can also choose to say, no, I'm not using all the notes, I'm just using 5, for instance. So in that sense, we said before that it's a pentatonic scale. That means that there's just 5 notes in the octave that the plant uses. Now it's also using some others. I can also show it to you when we put it in the chromatic scale, and then we hear how it plays with the 12 notes. There's also a different sound in this one. Yeah. I've experienced often that when you listen to the music of the plants, it's like making a forest walk of 30 minutes in a short moment. It's like entering in a frequency of nature. So what we could do now is to, this is a chromatic scale, so it touches all the notes. We could, since the sound bowls are you choose one note, maybe we can start for now with, that you start with some bowls, that we take that as a base note, and then we see if we can blend in to that together with the plant. Yeah? Yeah, so you can play, yeah? Let's see. That more maybe in a 432 hertz tuning. Yeah.
When I use this at home, I can hear my plant change and sing along, like it's singing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, but it's hitting like it's dancing.
That seems like a 440, yeah? Yeah, those one and the one in the end, they are in the same frequency. I think the first one. I think.
Det stemmer ikke. It's okay with this is in 40 540.
Oh.
My instrument.
Okay.
Yes. Hvad?
A.
Nej, det var et element, vi tænkte mig om. Det var jo et. Ja.
Well, that's another discourse. Like we were talking about frequency and hertz and numbers and so on. there we can also, with this device, we can choose. I will just say it in a nutshell what it means. There is a way of tuning the instruments. You say, okay, I start and one reference note is like the reference note A is on. We do it on 440 hertz. It's been decided some time ago that all the pianos go from now on 440 hertz. Before that, there were other frequency used, and there's a whole tour now of people who say 440 is the frequency of the enemy or something, to say like that. No, we have to do 432. We have to know the heart's frequency. No. So there's a lot of talk around it. I personally don't have I'm not from one frequency stream or another. So, but this device, you can also choose which frequency. So, if we, I honestly say that I usually use 440 because I work also with keyboards and so on. Is that working with your instruments also? Yeah, yeah.
I can do.
Because you have an electrical, or what is your instrument actually?
It's out of tune in melodica.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So it's not. It doesn't matter actually because it's not gonna be a 440. It's gonna be somewhere around.
It's like okay.
It's
like analog kind of. Or what?
It's acoustic. It's like a harmonica, but it's not like completely in tune anyways.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you good.
And we can change. I can change too, but
Yeah. Okay. Good. So maybe you can do the two bowls and and then we can go.
should we try to find the same tune?
Yeah, we try to find that as a reference ground note.
Stemmer skal jo spille helt, fordi de spiller det spiller.
It's a G or a sol. Just switching it up for a minute.
May I ask
Yeah.
if you set the machine to play a major scale
Yeah.
and we sing a pentatone scale,
Yeah.
will the plant use the pentatone tunes or the whole major scale?
Yeah, we can try it, but
It
it's
would be fun
yeah,
to see.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It listens to us.
Yeah.
It's-
It listens to
you
us.
do
Yeah.
it do
Yeah. It does.
or
Yeah,
she do.
it-
or-
yeah. It was. It's only in the last, also in the last 10 years, also scientists are discovering that plants have senses that they thought before that they didn't have. So also hearing is one of the things that plants have the possibility to do. And
when the tone shut up very quickly, is it the plant doing it?
no, that's actually.
I think it's the same.
Yeah. No, there's every now and then there's like bloop. That
Yeah,
one, yeah.
Very
No,
abrupt.
no, exactly. No. I
It-
think
it's,
that's I think a software
Okay.
thing. Yeah. It is. Some tones are longer than other ones, and that's the plant doing that. But when it's abruptly stopping, not.
How long can the tones be? Can it say wah?
Yeah, it depends
Or
on.
ba-
I know that some people that were preparing a concert, and then they were on stage, and the plant only went whoa. So it does happen, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
It can happen.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because when I use my gong
Yeah.
or the very big singing bowl,
Yeah.
when I hit it very hard,
Yeah.
it's like stop for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
And after maybe 10 seconds or 15, I don't know exactly, but
Yeah.
some seconds, it starts again.
Yeah.
So if you hear some noise, something,
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, but I just know when I use the gong, it stops for a while and starts again.
Yeah, it actually does happen. The plants don't always play, and also I do several things also with children, for instance, and then my experience, and it happens over and over again, when children can be super fun and create a super nice atmosphere, but they can also be quite disharmonic and argue and so on. Eh?
No.
No. But I mean, you would say like, well, of course, plants, and generally, like the idea is that plants also are like more like the nicer frequency of joy and so on. And when children are fighting amongst each other, the plant often stops playing. And then when they say, okay, now we stand around the plant and we start singing for the plant, and then the plant starts singing too. That's always happens actually.
Harmonics.
Yeah. It's nice to see new faces. Hi, welcome. Certainly.
Question,
Yeah.
maybe a bit more technical question, but I was wondering, is the plant functioning like one unit? Because I was thinking, in the human body we can have block energy in different places. Is it the same with the plant?
Well, there's some plants like, for instance, the ivy, the one, with ivy, and also moss or grass, which are grass is obviously very collective, but also the ivy and all kinds of ivy plants that are putting a lot of roots also in. You hear in their music that it sounds like a collective, because it's generally much more like a lot of happening there. And it's also with moss, it is also like that, and with grass. And other plants are more like compact. So I think, like for instance, this plant is also, this one came out like it could be that this has a little bit of a life of its own, you know, so that it's sort of
Male plant.
Huh? Sorry?
Maybe it's a male plant.
Well, you know, it's easy for me to say that, but also the male has sometimes a life of its own. Its own intelligence, so to say.
What about a Christmas tree when it's putting in
Jeg ved ikke,
the...
om der er nogen, der kan sige noget på dansk. Jeg kan jo ikke forstå alt det på én gang. Jeg øver mig jo lidt.
I didn't understand that, but it reminds me of something that I wanted to say, that all of our organs have their own intelligence. So also our liver has an intelligence.
Okie-dokie, okay.
Okie-dokie, yeah? Yeah. So, and also what you asked with the Christmas tree, there was actually, it's actually that when a tree is cut off, or also even when you pick a fruit, they are still full with life energy, so they are still alive. This is also why we want to eat fresh vegetables, because it's life what we are eating. And so also you could also, when you connect a pineapple, you can also make the music of a pineapple. Yeah.
And a melon?
Yeah, melon I don't know.
Yes.
Well, a pineapple it's like also because you have the leaf. So with the melon I don't know. I've never tried out the melon actually. But I know also what, like with the Christmas tree, there was actually, I think it was in Rome, it was in Italy, they used the technology, the bamboo, to show there was a nature, the person, I don't come to the word, but he wants to show that it was cruel to cut the Christmas trees. So he played the music of the plants of a big Christmas tree who was there on the square, also to show people this is alive, you know. So yes, at a certain point they are not alive anymore, obviously.
When you take a Christmas tree, for example, and you put it on the leaves, where do you put to the ground?
Yeah,
How do you do it?
yeah. Well, it's also the ground is actually also the earth current. So if the earth voltage. So if you have the Christmas tree and you put it in the ground, then you have the circuit, and the ground conducts the electricity to the
So if you take a pineapple and put it on somewhere.
Actually, with the pineapple, the time that I tried out the pineapple, I used 2 clips.
Two
So,
clips
yeah.
put on.
On one end and the other end.
Okay.
Yeah. There was actually another technology that I used for that. I don't know, so maybe some people of you know Tritone. He's also from this area. He's you know him. He's a good friend of mine, and we work together a lot also. And some years ago we started developing together another music of the plant device that can make several plants play together. And we use that one also to play with, for instance, with the pineapple. Yes. Other questions? Yeah, you had to.
Yeah. Will the plant, if I, for example, play very loud and with very high notes, and not beautiful, will the plant react?
Please don't give it a shock.
Yeah.
Don't kill it.
We don't want to experiment.
Atonal.
One of the other plants.
Atonal
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
And loud and with high tone. tunes.
I think we should experiment with things. So,
Have you tried?
I tried.
Would you like to hear it? Or?
Yeah. In my experience, the plant responds also with. It's more when you are at a certain point in tune with the plant that you have can feel like a telepathic connection, and it's like when we are playing together, for instance, you on the sax and I'm singing, and then you can have these moments that you both reach for a high note, and then you feel like, oh wow, we're really connected in music, and that's also the same feeling with the plant that happens.
Music.
Yeah.
Come to this place.
Yeah, exactly. You come
if
to
you
this. Also, I've had those moments that I feel also that like really the plant is really responding.
Yeah.
And I must say that it's also, if a plant plays more longer with the music of the plant.
This is examples you show us, but it's not the same as when you're home with it. Yeah,
with your own plant. I often try to bring a plant that I train. But plants don't like to travel, and also this time I tried, I chose a Sansevieria, and they are robust and they can survive in different situations, but he didn't play, so, that's also like the plants with a little bit of thicker leaves, the succulents, they also are not so compatible with the technology, so they don't conduct so well, I think so. New musician. We can put them here. Yeah. Maybe we can take a couple of minutes break, and then we leave her, and then we come back and we can try to do the experiment with the set. Maybe if we try the major scale and we see if we play pentatonic, if it's also starting. Yeah. Okay. I have a pointer.
Can you tell if it's a happy plant for the music, or can?
No, I wouldn't dare to say that I can hear it exactly through the music. But now listening to it and listening to the plant, I have the feeling that it's really happy to be with you, and that that it could be useful to maybe give it a little bit new earth and put it a little bit higher where the cats maybe cannot come. That's what the feeling that I get.
It doesn't eat it, or it doesn't do anything in it.
Yeah, but maybe sometimes with the leaves, if it gets touched a lot, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's sensitive to that. So, but I have the feeling that it's anyway a happy plant.
Okay, thank you. So, teach me not to small.
Okay, yeah, exactly, maybe it should.
That's the point.
I never heard about that. The plants can breathe, but it's true that plants change the quality in your the air quality.
Yeah.
It should grow bigger. Then.
It was very big when I bought it.
Ah, yeah.
But then they died. I snowed to die. Thank you.
Sorry? Yeah, sure.
Det var da god nok. Ja, det var da god nok.
Okay, I'm going to play. I just played the music of the plant of somebody who had to leave because he had a birthday party, and now we will also listen to this plant of Michael, and we will record its music. So it's nice also maybe to have your own plant's music. So if other people have plants, we can also make like small recordings of your plant, and then in 2 minutes or so we can continue our workshop with the musical instruments.
What are you searching for when you are trying different places?
No, I'm just searching for a place where I can put it without hurting the plants.
Okay.
And I feel a little bit if the earth is not too dry, because if it's very dry, then it's difficult also to
Have the connection.
Yeah. And I try not to hurt the roots of the plant, of course. This earth is good. The plant looks so beautifully healthy also. So.
It's very new.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Nice to meet you, Anne. Hi, I'm Zigola. Okay. Yeah. No, we just started listening to the plant of the music of the plant of Michael's plant.
For det er en eller anden slags solsikke, som gør det sådan for.
Yeah. It doesn't give any signal yet. So maybe I said also earlier, I took some gel with me. There's actually two kinds of gel that you can use that are used for the plants to help the connectivity. One is the gel that is used in operations for humans to put they go for echography or something. And this is actually a friend of mine who said, I would like to tell you a dirty secret, I use lubricants. So yeah. So it's also developed with a lot of, it's very natural materials and shouldn't hurt the plants. Yeah, maybe that I did it, yeah. Copenhagen water again. Yeah. Okay, then we can try to do the singing, of course. Sometimes that helps.
Maybe he doesn't want to sing.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to sing. I think it looks like that.
It's a shy plant.
Yeah. Yeah. We can leave it here a little bit with us and then try it later. Well, I said this already to Michael, but I had a really funny experience, several funny experience with the plants. That's when I was teaching English to children and I was teaching music classes to children. And when they were doing the homework from the English, I was switching on the device. And I didn't know it so well at that moment. It was one of the first times. And it didn't play, and I thought, oh, I don't know, maybe I did something wrong. And they were doing the homework, and they were complaining, and then later we started doing choir singing together. And all the children were singing, and then we heard all of a sudden, ding, ding, ding. What's that? Somebody playing an instrument? But then the plant had started playing, so sometimes it happens really like when there's when the atmosphere changes, because also we haven't started yet, so sometimes it's also when there's a lot of energy going in different directions, somebody's still watching on his phone, and then when we're more united, then also it really happens often that it influences also the plant music. So maybe let's try again later.
Yeah.
Okay, then we can. This was a pretty good musician, the begonia here. We can also. Did somebody else bring their plants also?
The wild ones over there. Let's try them.
The wild ones. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, we can try.
Adi, Emanuel's.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, it's two. Yeah, exactly. It's the other one, maybe the child. Like,
Er det en, du har gravet op til i dag, Emanuel? Er det en, du har gravet op til i dag?
Nej. Det er en, som jeg har købt sidste år, som jeg ikke har fået i jorden endnu.
Det har du ikke lige nået.
Nej, men så er det jo godt, at den får nogle forståelige vis med menneskene.
Ja, det er rigtigt. Hvad er det for noget?
Det er en, hvad hedder det, en stillesbær.
Stillesbær.
was there some background information about the plants?
Just asking whether he had dug it up from the ground today.
Oh.
And he said he had it from last year, but hadn't had time to put it in the earth.
Oh, okay.
Yesteryear. But he was very happy to have it here today to give it some good vibrations before he put it in the ground.
And it's a little bit, I think it wants so much to go into the knocker.
It wants to?
It wants to come here and
have
the roots here.
Yeah. Okay, then everybody who wants to play, we can come closer. And also, of course, you can keep a little bit. You can stay also on a distance if you just want to listen, if you feel like being closer to the plant, play a little bit, or also just to vocalize, you use your voice to hum, and you feel like being closer, be welcome to find a place. So before we have been playing with the begonia, and we have listened to also the oleander in a major scale, and then we listened also in a chromatic scale for who knows what that is. And now we said we would like to try, if we noticed also in the beginning that we tend to play and to in a pentatonic scale, which is 5 notes in an octave. And also the plant was playing a little bit like that, and now we wanted to see how the plant music responds when we play in a pentatonic scale, and see how the plant music responds. Now we will do it with this ribes, this wine rank, this wine plant, or how do we call him? How do okay, yeah, that's a good one. Stikkelsbell. Stikkelsbell. Okay, the Stikkelsbell. And I would like to invite you again to contact for a moment the Stikkelsbell, and also he or she looks like a pretty wild plant, so maybe also we can welcome him or her in our midst. And if we close our eyes for a moment, you can also look at the plant if you prefer, just to come to a place where you connect to your heart. And we start humming again together, connecting in sound. Whenever you feel like using your instrument, you can do that in a way to connect to the plant and also open yourself up to what the plant is already transmitting. The stikkelberg is already aware of being here with us, and maybe we can have some intuitions about what kind of plant it is, where it's from, what his or her needs are, just for that reason we offer our sound also to invite this musician in our circle. Somebody wants to say something about this meeting that you had with the plants? Did you feel something from the characteristic?
It's happy.
Happy? Yeah. Okay. Cool. What is this? Is this like a little marijuana plant growing here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, they are very, very small. And you can see one of them, there is 4. One has become a male.
Okay.
Already, because they are not very old, but in such a little pot. If you want to survive in the dryness, they have to flower very quickly. So therefore the male has flourished.
Yeah.
So maybe I can get a little bit of flowers on the other. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
But probably.
Oh yeah, here. Okay, now I see it. Yeah. Oh yeah. And these are the females.
Maybe. I think
know.
so because otherwise maybe it had flourished already.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is I think the stickelbaum is it's like an outside plant, no? Yeah.
Yes. It's a common plant here in
Okay.
in
The
Denmark.
wild
It's
plant also.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Don't you have gooseberry in it?
Mariana.
How? What?
England
We have a family of this one, but not. I don't think that this one is. I don't see it so often.
It's very close to the red currant.
Yeah.
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 It's a kind of red currant,
Yeah.
but the leaves are a little otherwise.
I'm curious how it's playing. I personally feel very different when we were playing with begonia. We were singing, huh?
Yes.
It's very different
Very
character, huh? Yeah. So it's also, this is really wild, and that's really like a plant that likes to be also in the living room, or is used to it. And often the music of the plants works also very well generally with plants that are in your living room, because they are used to humans and they're interacting to humans. And wild plants are just a little bit more like, do what they want. So.
Like in bedroom.
Yeah, maybe bedroom plants. Yeah, that's also, yeah. Okay, then we can listen to what the music, how it responds and reflects in music.
Gooseberry.
Gooseberry.
Yeah.
Oh. The marijuana is a little bit small to play with maybe, but we could try it also later if I can do it in a... I must say I've never played the music. Maybe we all get like super relaxed.
The marijuana is in fact on purpose because that's why I know that plants can move and can register you and can be afraid of you and can be friendly.
Yeah, and like an ally. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I saw that for marijuana plants 20 years ago, who was afraid of me. Each time I came inside of a greenhouse, two or three of the plants, they were retracting their immediately.
Oh.
And so after some minutes they could fold it out.
Huh?
And that, and that was because they were afraid of me because
they knew you would smoke them. Maybe.
No. It's because it was in one of my friends' a greenhouse, and she didn't want male inside the drink. So, and there were the most beautiful male I ever seen there, and it was so beautiful that it was like a big female. So that's why I didn't say anything, but it became a very, very big plant, and my friend wanted me to take it away. So I was obliged. So when I took it away, I was obliged to, and I killed it.
Oh yeah.
So the 2 or 3 days after, each time the first time of the day, when I get into the greenhouse where the male plant was before and the other were, they will be afraid of me and retract. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because you
without touching them.
Ah yeah.
I didn't touch them.
Yeah.
It's just inside there, and they'll be afraid. And after that, a few days, they cool down.
Yeah, it's something that we were speaking of also in the beginning, that plants have this memory and the response. Yeah. Interesting. So we'll listen to the Zigola now.
Several plants, not just one.
Yeah.
One very much, and some others, and a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe we can try out the marijuana also later. Let's see. Since these leaves are a little bit small, I make sure I'm careful to make the cable not hang totally on the leaves.
And we can't do it on the berries, it have to be the leaves?
Yeah,
the
berries I don't think. Maybe it's also possible on the berries, but just the clip is like made to make on the leaves. Yeah. Otherwise it's about and then and then maybe the berry goes off the plants. And, yeah. So I think it's now on the major scale. No. Scale, the root note is A. Yeah, so it's in the major scale of A. So for who has an instrument, you can just listen. Don't mind. I'm just saying it for who likes to have the. your experience with this plant?
What is the marijuana plant?
Yeah,
Okay.
no. This is the other one, huh?
Yes, it's the other
you
one,
want to
yeah.
try the marijuana? No, we can hear for a little bit.
Yes, because I was in the beginning. I thought it was the little one.
Okay. No. It's this one. It's this one we've been playing with.
Yes.
This plant is very much pathos and right up front, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a proud one.
Yeah.
Knows exactly who it is.
Yeah.
And what it wants to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Strong.
Yeah, very strong one. Also, I feel it.
It's very responsive too.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's opening
Also
up.
musically.
Yeah.
Ola, what do you think about it? We didn't really do the pentatonic experiment, but maybe we should do it at some point that you do it by yourself with the plant.
Maybe.
We have time for- yeah. What do you think about it?
I would like to play very different music for the plant and see if it like it or hated it.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
All the three we have are very relaxing in a way.
Yeah.
They are different. But
Yeah.
what will happen if I play such awful music?
Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of the experiments that I spoke of in the beginning. That let's see what happens when we come with the scissors and
But this is not.
It's
I don't feel it.
nicer. No, exactly. Yeah. No, it's nicer.
Maybe it will be deaf.
Yeah.
after this.
You might feel its feelings.
My experience.
Yeah, the saying words don't hurt. A lot of people these days know that it's not true.
Oh,
Also,
it's
like you can hurt
yes,
people also
yes.
without killing them physically. But
But when I
Take off a berry? I
yeah,
don't know if it would do that.
yeah.
We had an experience. We took a plant to a concert
Yeah,
and it was playing very well at home
yeah.
and it was a beautiful big one, so we kind of tested that it was okay. Drive it out on stage. It was in Louisiana. There was a lot of audience, you know.
Yeah.
And so the plant was very nice and all the technicians loved, wow, we are happy by this nice plant.
Yeah.
Then the trumpets start playing.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And we were all,
Yeah.
and so the trumpets went,
Stop playing.
bass played, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Didn't like that sound.
But we try maybe to put it on and somebody will try to use this and maybe use it a little.
Yeah. We can see our response if you want to. Yeah.
Yes, I have played very soft. This
Yeah, you
until
use-
now.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
I'll try to play like the
you-
trumpet.
Try to.
I think this plant is so secure of itself. It
Shall I play
can handle a little
when
bit
it's
of
silent or
yeah. You can. I think it's good that you play. Maybe somebody wants to play the drum with you, and you do some more tough music. Well, make it nice, not ugly, huh? Can you make it nice also, or you want to do it very ugly? Or
I
what's
tried to play something that I didn't think it.
that he
If you
doesn't
like.
like?
Yeah.
Because okay, wow.
Ole, maybe you could eat one of the small berries.
Well, I think that you should harvest the berries and the fruits when you ask the plant. You say, "Are you ready to to give it?" Because you know, like often we just pick something without, and for the plants, they are so happy to give us the gifts of their fruits because this is part of the reason they exist. But they would like it for us to pick it when it's ready. You know, it's like I don't like that you all listen to my rehearsal when I just practice one song just one time. No, I'd like you to wait until I'm ready and then I sing it. You know, so it's.
I've not
So
heard it,
I
but
don't know. It's his plan. So I don't know. No, it's of its own. I think that we should
Det lover
be
ikke at
careful
komme
with the
frugt på den
picking of
næste
the
år.
berries.
Jeg tror også godt, den kan lide det på en eller anden måde, for det er faktisk, den er meget anderledes end de andre.
Let's try the musical experiments.
Can we start playing before it starts?
Yeah, before
Then talk
we do.
together.
Yeah, together, and then we can hear the change.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, we're just curious to meet you and to know who you are, and now we're going to play with you. Huh?
When I was hired.
Yeah. You're in a battle. Your experience?
I think that she react, but she's not afraid.
Mm-mm.
Then I think
it's a wild plant.
Yeah.
It's a wild plant.
Yeah, this is a wild plant. Yeah.
It's a manual plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you play?
I think better like it than all you other.
Yeah, I think so. I would have stopped playing much before. But you didn't. I thought it was also nice because it felt at a certain point actually that your music and all of your music became more harmonic. So I was like, maybe the plant is winning, you know?
I'm sure now.
Yeah, like your influence.
When we are dead all, it's still alive.
Nature
in the garden.
That's good.
Nature always wins.
Yes,
nature always.
But I mean, is this a one harmonic, like the plants, you know, in nature also you have a lot of like noisy sounds and the birds are not so harmonic.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of this dissonance in nature as well.
Yeah.
I think it could. Maybe there is a scale. I think it could be funny to see if there was a scale. Let's say, oh,
yeah.
Where will it stop?
Yeah.
In that.
Well,
because our scales are 12
yeah.
notes.
Can you change to a more legato sound, not a percussive sound, like strings?
Yeah, there is some. This brings me actually to
Some floating
chords. Yeah. There is there are some other sounds to it. This is also something that I would like to. It brings me to another thing that I would like to do with you. There's actually two things that I wanted to share still with you. One thing is that we have actually, now that we have been playing with plant, we have played a little bit in two different ways. It comes naturally. Like from one point we have been listening to the music of the plant as if really with the notes and the scale, and which it goes up and it goes down and so on. So very analytic with our ears. But another way, and this is also when I started singing, for instance, with the music of the plants, I started often very much like that, listening to what the melody is and repeating the melody, and it's often you hear also at a certain point that you start repeating and so on. Another way to play with the plants is to connect intuitively with the plants and sing from there and play from there also what feeling it brings with you. And in that way you start singing together and you create a different atmosphere. Because when we were playing with that plant, the energy was with the begonia, the energy was very different also from when we were playing with this plant. At this moment, this plant we even start having like a sort of fight with, and this is also a wild plant who also used to defend itself, and much more than the other one. So that's another aspect actually that's also the intention. When we at the beginning sing for the plant and we connect to the plant, then we already get something of the character of the plant we receive without hearing its music. And then when we start playing with it, also this feeling that the plant gives us influences how we play. So that's, we noticed that.
Have you been in India, for example? They have another scale. There's a lot of more notes.
Yeah, exactly. That's also what I said in the beginning.
But this is a Western instrument, this one.
Yeah, that's also what I said in the beginning. This is a Western instrument and it uses a 12-note scale. There is also research been done that plants who come from a certain region start playing in the scales that are autochthonous for that region. So that's also a very interesting thing, that if you put this plant if it grows up in Denmark, it will play differently than when it grows up maybe in North Africa or something where they use different music. Another thing that in response also to your question about the percussion of the slower, different kind of notes, there are different profiles in the bamboo that I can briefly play for you. And then the other thing is that you can use also the MIDI directly from the music of the plant. So then you connect only the notes that are measured, which are it's just an impulse, and this you can bring into your computer, and then you can connect it to any sound. Is that what you meant also? Yeah. Okay, I will play the different. Maybe we can. Do we want to? I don't know what time it is. We don't have super on chair. I thought maybe we can try this one with the marijuana. See how it plays. Yeah. There we start. See, it's nice to hear the marijuana play, and then I will with the marijuana. I can show you the things that I said before. Yeah. No. maybe we can get a little. It can help us to chill for a moment now, right? After this battle.
If you put it on a big tree, is it very deep, the tones? Or
Yeah, often it's like that. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Feels like reggae. Yeah. notes that it plays also. Very nice.
Deep.
Yeah.
Where can I buy that one?
I don't know. We can do the concert tonight with the marijuana.
What kind of scale is the one
This
you
is
had?
the major scale, the same
Major scale.
one. Yeah, the major
But
scale.
it played not all the tunes.
No. I wanted to tell you a little anecdote still about the music of the plants when it's used in healing purposes. There's an institute in the south of France, and they have studied the music of the plants, how it responds to when one person is sitting in front of a plant, and they have like the protocol of their research is a person sits 5 minutes in front of a plant, and I think they use a fern often for that. And the person is alone in the room with the plant, and in his mind he explains what problem he has, physical problem he has. Then the plant for 20 minutes plays the music for the person, and they record this music. And they have found a correlation between the areas of the body that the people have suffered at a disease and the kind of music that the plant plays afterwards. So they could, analyzing the music, they could see, this person has a problem with the stomach, and this is with the head, and it was even so interesting that because the researchers didn't know what the problem of the participants in the research was, and they said afterwards, okay, based on the melody of the plant that we have analyzed, you have a problem with your stomach, and to one person they said you have a problem with your stomach and in your brain area, and she said, oh, actually, I only have it in my stomach, but I had an accident 10 years ago and I had brain damage, and I didn't know that anything was wrong with it, but it came also like there were these very specific feedbacks that the plant really it's very interesting. So they did both analyze the music of the plants. They used the U1 with it. This is the same technology. It's based on the U1. U1 is the name of the device before this one. And they also measured the proteins, the proteins in the body of the person, and they also analyzed that. And they also in the proteins of the body they could see then where the problem in the body was. So it's very genetics, I think was the name of the company. Okay, I will play for you the different profiles so you can see what different sounds you can choose, and then I will demonstrate also what you can do if you put the MIDI in your computer, and then we can listen a little bit more to marijuana. So these different profiles, they sometimes measure the plant more often, or they have a different instrument, and they can play in a different key. So because that's all choices of the humans, because it's human music using the plant's currents.
But is there a way like for it not to play in a key, just like wherever it is?
Yeah, I already used that one as the chromatic one, so it's only in the 12.
Even like not chromatic, like just wherever it goes,
like analog, like all that. No, this is in this device it's not possible. There are devices that play like the sliding scale and so, but I think that you need an analog device.
Okay.
Yeah, because this work with digital, so it's always there's always a step. These are all percussive, and this uses pads. Sixth one, Zen Garden.
Is the one who's called Zen?
This one is Zen Garden.
It's fantastic choice.
Oh, yeah.
I use this for
Oh, okay, yeah.
The spec
Yeah, this is more like a sort of sliding scale, but it's reminds me of what you were playing before.
Skal jeg sådan en skeleton?
Maybe it first react now for that awful music I played before. And this is the last one in the chromatic scale.
What happens if you put a big drum machine? Have you tried?
Yes, sure. Well, actually, with the drum machine, yes, we have been. I don't know how many years ago. I think 7 years ago or something. There was actually I was working with Danish musicians also together with the music of the plants, and they got really enthusiastic about it, and they started playing several concerts here also in Denmark. And at a certain point, there is also a limitation to what you can do also, and it's maybe more relaxed, as you say. So with two people, we were with the three of us. But also because of a lot of input of musicians that had played often with the music of the plants, we started thinking about how you could also create a new machine that could make plants play together, and that you could also maybe use beats, and that you have like different possibilities. And it was actually also inspired by the sort of the intuition that you can have when you're in nature, that you feel like there's music here, but it's not really human music. It's sort of spherical. We had dreams about this, and so we started experimenting. We decided to build a machine that was based on BPM, beats per minute. So then we could also connect it to a drum computer, and we would measure the plant with a certain beats per minute. And if the impedance of the plant wouldn't change in that period, that in that moment that we measured it, the note wouldn't change. So it wasn't like it wasn't like super percussion, like ding ding ding, because it's still measured. Like whenever there was a change in the resistance, then the music changed, but we changed it only on the beats. And the result was very interesting, to have the different plants play together in a way that it's sort of orchestrated. Because if we use the bamboo, because the bamboo isn't, if you use two bamboos at the same time, it doesn't sound so nice. Also because the technology isn't precise. It's just like the one bamboo works a little bit different than the other, and the music just doesn't fit so well. But if you measure it in an orchestrated way, then the music became also very beautiful. So, and it's now master plans.
Is it possible to buy something more advanced than bamboo, so it can be more orchestrated with many plants?
Yeah, well, this is
like
the.
A mixer.
It's the. This is this project that I spoke about. It's the name of the project is Master Plans Orchestra, and the name of the first device is MPS1, and the first models are now being sold. So we started. I was part of this the beginning, like 3 years ago, and now I'm only on the distance, like connected to it. But I'm getting now my first device in this summer, because there has only been one prototype for a long time. I can play some music for you, which is made with that device, but I don't have the device itself, so you can have an idea how that is. And then I would also like to play for you what the effect is if you combine it with the computer software, because this is and this is just like the little device. But also if you do a concert with the plants, of course there is a lot of things you can create with also as a musician, and the choice of the sounds, and it determines a lot about the atmosphere. And so I'm just playing a little example for you. For instance, you can also say, what I do in my concerts often also is that I am inspired by the different elements. And I say, okay, now I play a piece which is fire element, and you can choose a different plant which has more the energy of fire, and you choose an instrument with more of that, and your own instrument, so you create a different atmosphere inspired by the plants, but anyway the sounds you choose yourself as a musician. I'm putting out this one for a moment.
Er der nogen, der vil prøve stolen der at sidde på? Hvis jeg skulle sammenligne med en plante, så er det kissen eller en kaktus. Wow.
Digital på Sønderskolen, og vi laver Christina og Christina og jeg, og Christina og jeg, vi sagde, at vi er med i en kampagnegruppe, hvor vi laver kampagneinstitutioner på Østerbro. Så det er jo så skulle jeg jo skåle med det her. Jeg bruger, så jeg har sådan en bambus, den bruger jeg med, så har 4 kilo, og jeg har 4 stykker. Okay. Og der har jeg den.
Så din næste album der? Det er til Finland der. Bliver du ude på arbejdet og komponerer det?
Jeg laver det. Ja, jeg prøver at få stedet, så får jeg skifter, så skal jeg have elektrisk modstand. Det er meget intuitivt, så det er ikke så ganske
Du ved ikke, hvad toner de har.
Ja, så det er så jeg spiller jo bare.
Jeg tror, jeg har lavet tonerne på det med på et tidspunkt, og så skrev jeg en lille sæd og satte det på en måde. Jeg har sådan en fra sådan en tilfælde.
What we are hearing now is the marijuana, and I put the MIDI in my computer, and I connected different sounds to it. So that's so it's more you can design your own soundscape with it. Oh, now when I started explaining, it stopped playing immediately. Yeah, the media's not working now. I don't know if something happened with it.
Yes, I was noticing it's the big one. Is there usually a huge similarity between plants in family, which is each other, or similar plants?
Well, there is. To some extent, yes. Mm-hmm. There is what I said, like with, for instance, the ivy or certain room plants. They have a different sounds and so on than other plants. Mm-hmm. But there's also still room for research to really measure that in a scientific way.
Of course. Because if you were, maybe it would be something totally different if it was another plant.
Yeah. That's true.
Zigola, I think we need to make a little tale on this workshop here, because we have to eat at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then we will make a little kind of concert from 7 to 8.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, that's true.
So if we finish this workshop by finding out what's going to happen. I'm sure this marijuana plant is going to participate.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
And also, I hear you when we were setting up, we were singing together with the plant.
Yeah.
And that would be beautiful also to hear more of that.
Yeah.
And I also have a feeling that was what I tried to say to you with that you can make chess with the plant. You go yourself, the plant is not saying anything, then the plant comes. So that's also, these different things would be so interesting at the concert to kind of enlight. So if we end this workshop with thinking about these elements
That's
for the
true.
concert.
Yeah. Thank you. Indeed, it's already towards the end. So for the concert, maybe also other people will come, or if it's mainly us, or what do you think?
It's mixture.
Mixture.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
We might have had some special friends.
Yeah. So we have four musicians, plant musicians that we used today. So perhaps we can also divide in different sessions. It would be nice maybe to listen to do like the ping pong. Maybe we can do a little piece with Ole also, if you want. That you do. Maybe we can do a ping pong with you and the Stikkelsbeer, but then not so cruel as before. Yeah.
It was an experiment.
It was an experiment. So that would be nice. And we can do it like that. That I also you play and maybe you play by yourself before, and then we listen a little bit to the response of the plant, and then we do that. And so we also make the volume of the plant go down a little bit when you play, when you don't play, and so, and then in the end maybe you can play a little bit together. But we can try that then from 7. So that's a part where you and Stikkelsbeer will have a piece together. It would be nice. I could also do, as you say, that I take one piece where I can play, for instance, with begonia, and that I use some of my sounds and I sing a little bit with it and play with it. So I can do that one piece. And then the marijuana is a special guest. So I think maybe with the marijuana we can play all together, as we also did, like that we try and we tune in with the marijuana and have a collective piece. Maybe we can finish with that part also, and then maybe we could start also the concert with the oleander and the sound bowls. What do you think? That is more like meditative, that we can open with that. Maybe we can listen first to the oleander, that we also, for the people who haven't heard the music of the plants yet, that we can say this is the music of the plants, and then maybe you want to choose also the sound that you normally play with, also as you said.
When I normally play with the singing bowl, it's very calm down, relaxing, slowly. It's very. That's what we make. We get people to relax.
Exactly.
So it's like just the singing bowls are singing. Sometimes we are making this, but it's like that's that, and the band will just play. It will just be something together, and they found out themselves what they want to make. So it's very. You have to be very quiet. You know, it's not wild, it's not aggressive, it's not. It's relaxing.
Beautiful.
I think it's a relaxing atmosphere around.
I think that's beautiful to begin with that, and then we can have the action with Ole and Stikkelsbeer, and then I can do it, and then we can finish all together.
And then I think we should try this princess again.
You should try the princess again.
Actually, it has the same thing, a little bit behind.
Yeah.
You have to go
Maybe
on.
it's
Do
ready now. Okay, so maybe we can finish now the workshop with listening to that plant, and then as soon as I've found the other with the other device, I can play it for you.
But it's very amazing that very small plants, like the one Emmanuel has, and the one Susan has, very small and didn't look like anything, and they were full of music. And this one, which looks like
wow,
wonderful, it doesn't say one single note.
Exactly. That's really interesting. It's really cool.
But we love you.
We
love you.
But it's with humans also something like that. You don't never judge a book from the cover.
Poor you. Yes. We pity you.
I don't know, maybe she's even too big for this chair. Well, let's put her on the... Maybe let's put her on the
Yeah, that's good. Den er ikke flyttet ind.
Der er nogle af dem, der ikke siger noget. Jeg har en band, der skal tale om, og det er fordi, det var en diva. Den er det.
It doesn't look so good. It's still...
It looks very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I just have to...
All the looks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no...
No sound?
No sound.
No sound.
I'm going to see if I can choose a smaller leaf maybe.
But I think it's okay. We had some very beautiful sounds from the other plants.
Yeah.
Vi kan ikke sige noget af det der.
Sorry?
Så vi skal ikke hedde solsikkebane. Vi skal
hedde
cannabisbane.
Is there a tree also nearby? Because somebody asked, like, maybe we can hear a tree.
There is a lime tree up there.
Outside?
No, there, on the table. Outside there's a lime tree here.
Oh yeah, that's also a tree, but maybe like a real...
Take the lime tree.
I can also come there.
Take the lime tree.
Okay.
That's good.
Really wanted a real tree outside. Yeah.
Hvad er det for en den der?
Et limetræ.
Er det lime?
Ja.
Den er smuk.
Ja.
Det kan jeg godt lide.
Det er Elsas.
Det er smukt, ja. Det er smukt, ja.
Og så den potte.
Ja, den er skidegod. Og så det, at den ikke er fuldstændig smidt. Det er lidt ud, den ene side der. Det er flot.
Det kan også være maskinen, og den maskine er
No, it's working. Like maybe we can find a tree really outside. Huh? Now then we can also go outside for a moment. We take a break anyway. I see there's a small tree over there. We can gather there, and then from there on we complete the... Thank you,
But thank you very much.
Let's give a hand for Zigola. Wonderful that you're taking the whole journey from Italy up to us today. Thanks so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
It's such a privilege to be drawn into your universe full of sounds and flowers and this teaching you have given us is wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm looking so much forward to the concert.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all of you too for being here. It's really wonderful.
And I really don't know how to announce the dinner because we've been talking about plants and flowers, and the food is actually
plant-based.
It's not based on flowers, but it's based on greenery. It's the Spanish.
Here, you have to wait outside.
Yeah, not to frighten you.
Hear you.
Yeah.
But there will be a dinner in 5 minutes. It's prepared and ready.
Wonderful. Yeah, well, actually, that's an interesting thing because it puts. Vegetarian and vegan is in a different perspective, but it's always we also in our community I also teach courses of communication with the plant world, and eating is actually part of the course. That when you that you do it with consciousness. So also before you eat, as we spoke of before, the food that we're eating is still alive. You could even listen to the music of your lettuce also if you want to. So also just to be thankful and to thank the life that's in front of you that feeds you. Because also the experience with the plants are so generous also in sacrificing their lives for humans, and we're all part of the chain, of course, we all know that, so it's not in contrast, we can enjoy, because they would like to be enjoyed also, of course.
That's a nice perspective.
Yeah.
You save the dinner.
Yeah.
After all the tomatoes you kill.
Yes.
Okay. Are we ready to start?
We are ready.
Yeah?
We're ready.
Okay, good. Welcome. I see some new faces, right? Yeah. So, you all speak English? Yeah. I will explain, in a nutshell, what it's about, what we're doing. Most of us have been here also for the workshop in the afternoon. We've done a workshop on music of the plants and doing experiments with musicians or having sound collaborations, musical collaborations with the plants. The music of the plants is a technology that I have it here with me. I'm just plugging it out for a moment. Can I? It's this device, and it sends a little electrical circuit through the plant. So there's one electrode which is put here in the earth, and another electrode which we put on the leaf of the plant. And this little device sends a current through the plant, and it measures the electrical resistance or the electrical impedance. And every time that the electrical impedance of the plant changes, which it does because it's a living body, and there's all kinds of systems and processes going on with transformations and etc. So every time the body of the plant changes, this machine translates it into musical notes. And it's based on this technology is based on the fact that plants have senses like we do, so they perceive also frequency vibrations, and they perceive they have basically the same senses as we have, plus a series of extra senses. So we connect the music of the plants, and this evening we present we have 4 different groups. First we start with the meditative group, who plays with the oleander. We said oleander, right? And we choose also a sound which is compatible. Zen Garden. Zen Garden. There are different profiles on this machine. So of course the machine is developed by humans, and they said, okay, we translate this electrical signal into a piano sound or a guitar sound, or so then we can choose also from our musical or meditative knowledge that we would prefer a certain sound rather than another. And Bodhi wants to play with the Zen Garden, which is profile 6. And you're going to interact with the Tibetan sound bowls. So I'm connecting it now, and then I will just leave you to it. First, I will. Maybe we'll listen for a moment to the oleander, for then people know what is the music of the plants, and then you start adding the samples to it.
Maybe I can say in Danish what we usually do.
Sure.
Jeg hedder Bodil og Christina og Sida, og vi laver klangmeditationer. Og når jeg i hvert fald laver klangmeditationer, så har jeg altid sådan en device med og en plante. Og den spiller på det, der hedder Zen Garden, som Zigola lige har forklaret. Og når jeg så spiller og laver meditationen, som jo bare er skålene, der laver lyd og vibrationer og laver afslapningen, altså man kommer meget langt ned, så er planten bare en baggrund, en ekstra energi, en ekstra, den taler bare med, den synger bare med, den understøtter mig på en eller anden måde, eller også er det mig, der støtter den, eller skålen og den. Jeg ved det faktisk ikke. Jeg ved bare, at det fungerer. så det er det, vi vil gøre, når vi hører lige et øjeblik først, hvor det kun er planten, og så begynder vi langsomt bare at gå i gang, og så bliver det sådan cirka 5-7 minutes. Or something like this. Yeah. Okay, we're ready.
Okay. We already know each other, the Oleander knows us and so on, so we're already ready, know what to do. Before, the oleander has been playing very extensively, but what happens sometimes when it's like a setting of a concert, all of a sudden there's shyness. So there's no sign yet. What we did also today is that we started with humming, for instance, making a sound together with our voice as an offer also, as a welcoming for the plants. So maybe we can try that for a moment together. Hum a sound for the oleander to invite her to play for us. Just saying. Sometimes we use also some gel to help with conductivity, because also the machine has to be able to measure it. That wasn't the problem, because I see what
Thank you. I hope you could hear it. I don't know, it sounds like it was a little loud, and I don't know if you can hear the singing part. I hope so.
Yeah. In the beginning it was a little bit loud, and then I took it a little loud,
so it was
and
okay.
there was more harmonic.
That's
So in the beginning the people could hear very good what the music of the plants was,
both
but then it
parts.
was more. Yeah, it was very beautiful together also. Thank you.
That was the relaxing part of the show.
Yeah, exactly. Bodil is already, she has also experience with working with the music of the plants.
Jeg nyder meget de der.
Det er også fantastisk.
So while you take your balls away, like Bodil has already a lot of experience also with the music of the plants, so and she knows also how the plants respond to the balls, and so it was very nice, of course, to have you also in the workshop today. And we the next piece of performance, so to say, we would like to share with you is Ole, and he plays soprano sax together with this beautiful Zigola. And we had a really nice connection.
I thought it should be the candidates.
Well, the candidates, yeah, exactly, yeah. There's actually the Zigola has it's thanks to Emmanuel, it's right, yeah? Yes. Yeah, it's the plant that Emmanuel brought, because also the people in the workshop could bring their own plants. So Emmanuel brought this really nice sticklebear together with a little marijuana plant hidden inside. Yeah. And well, Ole and Sticklebear had a click, so to say. So we will have them play together. Sorry to which profile shall I do for you? Like a major scale, pentatonic?
And you can play with you on your little horn too.
Well, no, I'll leave this up for you. Yeah, the next one I will do it.
Det kan jeg godt. Jeg fik en god stol. Du skulle sgu prøve at give det 2,5 timer.
Det havde jo været meget voldsomt, fordi han skulle prøve at være aggressiv over for planten. Og Zigola prøvede sådan noget. Mediere lidt.
Okay, I have a pentatonic scale and root note A. Is that okay for you? A? Or a better than one?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? I can change also the root note if you want that. Yeah, so as we noticed also with the oleander, it's always appreciated if we give a gift first to the plant before we ask something. So you just did a warming up, but maybe you want to do a sort of little serenade for your friend, and then I will play the music of the plants.
I must say a little thing.
Yeah.
Saxofonblade, de har det fuldstændig ligesom en grill. Når man er færdig med at spise, så er grillen lige som det skal være. Og det er saxofonblade også, når jeg er færdig med at spille.
You're talking about that it was made of plants. You're the reed of this one, yeah? Okay.
Spiller lidt for den.
Yeah, you can play a little bit for it. an answer. So now, from now on, when you don't hear the plants, I let the plant listen to you, and then we did like we said, huh? Then we do a little bit play like that.
But the plants start.
Now it's the plant. Yeah, now it's the plant.
Oh, can I get another another scale?
Sure. Which one?
A major. And not in A. It was better before.
Okay.
In the workshop.
Okay, then I'll just go to. Actually, before it was. Now it's an A minor of C major.
C major. ikke helt det samme som en musiker. Den lytter ikke. Du skal høre mere efter. You must listen.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because in the rehearsal, in the workshop, it was all very free and different, of course, than the situation now. And at the end of the workshop, we said, okay, let's do this. So thank you, Ola, that you were willing to play. And to
It was so funny to try.
Yeah.
So funny to try.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Now,
the next generation of those things I want. The next again.
Okay. Good.
I want the one that the scale is one.
Gradual.
Hvad hedder det? Når det ikke er.
Gradual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do some research. Maybe it exists already.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Now the next.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for the next. Thank you also for the stickelbeer. We will leave this one for a moment here because later we will do the last session. Everybody of the musicians who's still present is invited to participate, and we will treat you to a marijuana party before you go home. And now I will set up some things, and then I will play for you together with the not the bromelia. What's the name again of this one? Begonia. Yeah. So I just need to set up a little bit different because I was sitting here and then I'm sitting with my back against you, and that's not so nice. And if I turn around like that, the microphone is going crazy. So I just move there, right? Yeah. So it's a very spontaneous concert, as you notice.
Maybe I can say a couple of words, because the whole thing was that 2 years I hear this flower music set up with Louise and Nils that Michael Svendevi had done last year and the year before, and I was very interested, and then I found out that Zigola was down in Italy. So here in last October, we drove down to Italy, and I met Zigola, and I buy this device. And so we start communicating, and together with the flower group here in Denmark, and then we Skype together with Zigola, and finally now she's here. So we are starting a long journey now, and we are all on board, I think, and it's so nice to see that so many people are coming here to be interested. But it was you, Mike, who started the whole thing.
But you took it to another level.
Well, I think it's very amazing.
Yeah, it was really nice. So somebody called me and said, there's a lady here who wants to meet you because of the music of the plants, and I didn't know anything, and then we met each other, and there was such a nice click, and so then it all started.
Yeah. And Zigola will play with the children 11 o'clock on Sunday in Islands Folkets Kulturhus. And on Monday at 1 o'clock there will be some yoga together with Zigola and the music of the plants. Before she goes to Odense to the flower music festival there and perform. Yes.
Zigola, the one you just laid down on the floor there, which sounds like having that bubble sound.
This one?
No, on the floor. No.
Oh, the other.
What's that?
Oh, it's these are shells. Yeah. Okay. Also, I have an instrument with a reed. I don't know what you said about it before. This is
I've seen it before.
It's like a grill. He said it's like a grill. It's ready when you are finished with your concert.
thank you for the patience, because there's some, like these are concerts which are really into nature and so on, but in the end they are super technological, so.
Just let me know.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So for this, I'm using the device in a little bit in a different way. Okay, can we
See if the Pelagonia will say something.
Yeah, exactly.
Vi har prøvet ofte at øve med planterne, og så når man er på scenen, så siger de ting. Zigola fortalte mig en stor koncert, de skulle lave med et stort træ nede i Italien, og så ville træet ingenting sige. Heldigvis havde de taget en lille palme med ved siden af. Den var så levende, så spillede de med det. Det er naturen selv, der bestemmer.
Ja, det er lidt sjovt.
Zigola, I'm telling about when you had to make the concert with a big tree and it didn't work, so you took the little.
Yeah, that's true. We always have the backup musician, you know, who doesn't need a big spotlight but will play anyway always, yeah. I'm sorry, I have some software issues. So before we were using the little device with the audio, which is created by this synthesizer who's inside the device. And with this device it's also possible to use the MIDI, and then you can put it in a sound system on your computer, and you can design a lot of cool sounds with it and so on. And that's usually how I use it, and I wanted to show this also for you. But then, you know, the computers are sometimes has the beautiful parts and also the challenging parts, but I think it's working now. Yeah. Now we should have some sound. You got it? This is always so pleasurable to play with the plants and sing with the plants. It's like a little forest bathing, also singing with it. So we, as a last part for tonight, we wanted to do all together the marijuana session, right? Yeah. So we've all been waiting for this. So Michael is playing this really nice steel drum. And there is, of course, Ole and yeah, yes, of course, great. Okay, do you want to join also with the sound bowl? All right. We just need a minute to set up. You just stay there, yeah? Okay. Yes. Oh, there was a berry falling off. It was the moment.
Yeah.
So that was you playing, right? Yeah. So we can introduce you maybe also. Now for this next part, we have a human synthesizer player and a plant synthesizer player. So, shall I take a simple piano sound for... now you are taking a piano sound, okay. Then I'll take a bell a bell and a pad for marijuana. Okay. I will play then marijuana first, so you can hear
what.
A lighter.
Yeah, afterwards. The first we're gonna play with it.
No.
Yeah. So let's see.
It's exciting. Maybe it's not the low.
Yeah. In the workshop, it was a beautiful low sound, and we were also charmed by it. Now it's not him yet. I am just looking to attach him without ruining his leaf.
I kan nok ikke se det på afstand, men den der lille tang der skal sidde omkring bladet, den er jo selvfølgelig tungere end bladet, og det der blad er meget, meget lille. Så det er et spørgsmål om at få den der ledning til at ligge, så det ikke irriterer. Så det sådan nogenlunde får en eller anden balance.
Det der stadig stikkespært, det er ikke noget.
Nej, det står bare en lille plante, den i den grønne, det er en marijuana.
Okay, marijuana is playing, I think, is he?
Og det er jo Emanuela.
Ja.
Manuel.
What
is that?
Yeah, it's just a bell.
Det er selvfølgelig den der ikke euforiserende, det er jo klart.
So this crystal sound is the marijuana playing. And it's again C major, A minor, whatever we want. The last word is always a marijuana. Okay, thank you very much for this really beautiful experience today.
It has been such a joy to have you here, and I think it's very amazing that you came all the way from Italy. And I know you've been through Holland on your way, and we're doing a podcast halfway. Yeah. You're sitting under the, was it?
The walnut tree where I grew up, yeah.
Actually, you didn't say where you grew up, you said whom you grew up with.
Yeah. I grew up with the walnut tree.
And to make all this possible, of course, first of all, that you accepted to come here, which is wonderful. We have a little small something for you, which is this. And the one in the yellow paper is made by Lena, who was here earlier on. Oh. She was the one who is the owner of
that one.
Yes.
Yes.
That one for you. There's a book about the place out here. I know you don't read Danish, but there's 200 pictures in it.
There's 200 what?
Pictures.
Pictures.
Yeah.
I got pizza.
And many people of the pictures you know already from here.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
So
and I'm
very
picking
much.
up my Danish.
Yeah.
So
give a big hand to Stella. Secondly, this could not have been organized if it wasn't for Benedicte.
Yeah.
So, Benedicte,